This digital lesson explains to students how to solve algebraic equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. So it starts with an explanation of how to do that. So students are going to be looking at the terms that include the variables, and they're going to be choosing the one with the lesser value. And they're going to eliminate that first from both sides. So that way that they have a variable only on one side of the equal sign. So they're going to start by looking at the terms that include the variables. They're in blue here on slide 3. And they're just going to type in the one that has the lesser value. So 2x, 3x and 7x, the lesser value would be 3x. And negative 5x and 10x, the lesser value would be negative 5x because it's a negative. Okay, so students then are given an algebraic equation. They're going to choose the one with the lesser value, 2x and 10x, so 2x would be the lesser value. The opposite would be negative 2x. So if you want to eliminate that smaller variable, you're going to take the opposite. So you're going to add the opposite to both sides of the equal sign. So you're going to add negative 2x to both sides, and that'll give you a two-step equation to solve. The next one, same thing. They're going to take the one with the lesser value, 3x. The opposite would be negative 3x. And so if they add negative 3x to both sides of that equal sign, they get a new equation. So let's see how this works. They're going to type in negative 3x. And that way it'll eliminate one of the variables, and they'll only have a variable on one side. So here the 3x on the left-hand side is eliminated. They're just left with negative 6 equals 4x, negative 22. Now they just have a two-step equation to solve. The next slide, same thing. They're going to do the same thing, add the opposite to both sides until they have a new equation with a variable only on one side. Slide 7 is going to kind of walk them through how to solve the entire equation. So again, they take the lesser value, which would be 2x. The opposite would be negative 2x. So if you want to get rid of it, you add the opposite. You want to do that to both sides of the equal sign. So the 2x is eliminated on the left-hand side. They're going to get 3 equals 6x, negative 15. So it's partially done for them. As they move through these problems, they're going to be doing more and more of the equations on their own. So this one, it goes ahead and solves it. This is now a two-step equation. They add 15 to both sides. That'll give them 18 equals 6x. They're going to divide both sides by 6, which will give them an answer of 3, or a solution of 3. They're going to do the same thing on the next slide. They're going to have to solve the entire equation on their own. And then it just moves into more difficult equations. When they get to slide 12, now they're going to be checking to see if their answers are correct. So here it says, what was your solution from slide 8? So they go back to slide 8, find their solution, and they're going to plug that into the equation. They're going to multiply here, and see if they get the same result on both sides. If the two sides of the equation are equal, then their solution is correct. If it's not, they're going to click on go back and solve it again. So they're going to do that with each of the equations that they've done on the previous slides. They're going to check, just make sure their answer is correct by substituting. And then on the final slide, they're going to click and hold on these different terms. They're going to move them into the correct place in the sentence frames. And that is solving equations with variables on both sides.